Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is October 1st, 2013, and today is Monday morning. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is October 1st, 2015, and today is Thursday morning. So we've got three numbers coming out from the economic calendar today. Number one, we got a number coming out of GBP. It's a manufacturing PMI number that's coming out. And then at 2:30 South African time, we have a number coming out of the United States. It's a weekly unemployment number that's coming out. And then a ISM manufacturing number coming out at 4 p.m. South African time. So we're waiting for tomorrow's big number of non-farm payroll that's going to come out around 3 o'clock South African time. But looking at the markets just quickly, Euro USD just really not doing much yesterday, about 20 pips down. This is just about 20 to 30 pips down right here. So not really much going on, except that we're regressing from the upper line. Whether or not this is going down, so that we discussed this. We said we hit this 1258 level. And now we retrace down to 1148. So, again, we had set up this resistance line just the other day. If you refer back to one of my daily reviews, you'll see that we set this one up. And, this was a perfect trade. You could have made, about 70 to 80 pips here all together. It took a couple of days, but there was no pain. As soon as it started this week, and we discussed it on Monday morning, you could see that it completely retraced, over the past couple of days. So altogether, as we come to the lower end of this, other support level, we may find a nice bounce tomorrow. We may break it. Who knows? Okay, but we're not prophets, but we are here to anticipate certain moves based on what we have in front of us. So if it does hit this 111.20 level area, I wouldn't say that is much of a support. If it was something like 108 level, then I would say, that's a real support. Or something in the 110 level for sure would be a real support. But right here at 111.20, it's not much of a support. So, we did hit it a few times before and we had resistance, but it wasn't a major level. So you see, the difficulty with the Euro USD is sometimes in the short term, some of the minor support levels become some of the major all of a sudden, and then afterwards you look at the graph and you say, aha, and then it's just a little bit more challenging. But because there are so many support and resistance levels, because it's been so choppy, it hasn't been trading something like this. When you have 6 months of a sell-off to 7 months of a sell-off, when it goes from 138 to 104, you didn't have something like this. So we're in this. This is why it's so difficult to trade this market, is because we're trading in this very tight range, especially for the Euro USD, and we haven't been in this tight range in a very long time. And it could lead upwards, and it does look like it's looking like that from this perspective, where it's an upper wedge formation, but it's yet to be seen. Okay, looking at the let's just look at the GBP. Excuse me, open that. But the GBP USD, GBP USD also trading in a range. We sold off. No, this is GBP USD. Yes, the GBP USD. We're trading in this 151 range for a long time, and also it's been very difficult. If you remember from one of my previous market reviews, we had discussed that the GBP USD has been trading vis-a-vis the Euro USD, and so a nice indication of showing that that we're trading in a very tight range is by looking at the GBP USD as well. So as you can see here, we haven't really done much. 157 to 151 over the past 3 to 4 months. So it hasn't really been doing as much as we would have anticipated to do. Looking at some of the other majors, we have the GBP Japanese yen here, trading quite nicely over the past, I would say, the past half a year. As you can see here, we rallied versus the yen from the GBP. So, and it's continuously rallying. A little bit of a retraction right here. Actually, a big retraction here. This 60 pip move. So I'm just this little one right here, not the big one. So it has really been trading, and I would keep an eye on this versus the GBP number that's coming out. Looking at support levels, we're at support on 189.54. Could have missed that one. We touched that once before. A resistance some here, a 195, which we challenged towards June of 2015. Looking at a longer term chart, yeah, that makes more sense. So we're at the bottom of the range. It could be a nice rally right here as things, this was, and the thing I don't like about this, it should have, once it sold off and, rallied, it should have, retraced a little bit and then taken off. And in this case, it didn't do that. So we might hit a double bottom right here. That's something I would look out for. Looking at the Dow Jones yesterday up 200 points. Okay, every time it hits 16,000, it rallies. So let's look at what we were looking here. This is yesterday's trading, and basically, there's not much to say. Every time we hit 16,000, it rallies. Are they rallying in order for it to take down on Friday tomorrow? Perhaps. Okay, but that's yet to be seen. Right now, all I see is that there's strength once it hits this 15,939 level. And we'll discuss relative strength tonight at the webinar. All are invited. It's scheduled for 8 p.m. Central Time. South African time, it's scheduled for 7 p.m. London time, it's scheduled for 5 p.m. So, all welcomed. It should be interesting to see what's going to happen with the Dow in the next couple of days. Looking at gold and oil. Well, let's start with oil. We're trading in this range. We're at 45.71. We hit this 44 level. It's a very tight range. I wouldn't jump in it right away, but I do anticipate it for it to go further down at a certain point. So it might be a good place to start shorting it, obviously using stop losses. Looking at the gold retraced back to 114. Also very choppy trading. Every time it does rally, it brings it back down. So we hit 1171, and we're back down to 1114. So ultimately, I still think gold may hit 1,000 this year, around December time. Let's see if that actually fruites, and we'll see how that comes out. This is Razak at CMTrading, and I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.